listening to the Pelicans Postgame Report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. You stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly die, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Lively, who's a much better player.
Hold on, y'all. We having some technical difficulties.
Yo, I'm here. And my mic has having some issues. My mic. But what's up, family? We are back to finish off the preseason. The Pelicans dropped this one 118-98 to finish out the preseason of only 3 games. We didn't get that 4-1. Maybe they could use it because we still look discombobulated. Didn't get everything pretty much flowing. Not a lot of rhythm tonight. But the Pels finished the preseason 1 of 3, but so it was 1 and 2 in the preseason. So pretty marginal effort tonight. Got some positive signs as you see with any game. And obviously there's some negatives, We're going to go over all of that tonight. But in my mic issues, I forgot to bring us in properly. So let me let you know this is the Pelicans post-game report where we have entertainment, educational, and all great Pelicans talk, and we got none other than Lex in the building tonight, riding shotgun with me, and we're going to bring in our favorite coach to love and hate, Mr. Willie Green, as we have him at the podium, and he can explain some of this nonsense that we've been seeing in the preseason, because I don't think we're ready for the real game. But we're going to find out on the 23rd. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and bring up Mr. Willie Green. Tell us what happened.
Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. I'm having problems bringing it up.
Let's see.
Oh. What's up, everybody? All right. There we go.
There we go. All right.
All righty.
Talk
Here
to
we
us.
go.
Let's start with Brandon. Really came out aggressive.
No, he looked good, and it's indicative of what we've seen throughout the training camp, and good to have him back on the floor, healthy and playing at a high level.
You talked a lot about the number of threes you want to get up. I guess the guy who you don't have to tell him to get up more threes is Jordan Hawkins.
No,
he's had another really good game. What you see from him?
The same. He works at it, and once he gets going, he's hard to stop. His movement, his force, he does it all at a high level. So it's no coincidence that he's going out playing with such confidence.
He's had like another. I mean, you want to get the fouls down a little bit, but you've seen that aggressiveness and where you looking into that. How has he looked to you, especially when the game he had Miami?
Huge bright spot for us. Eves was incredible, especially when we put him in with kind of that starting group. He just opens the floor with his rim pressure, lob threat. He's doing a great job of picking up all of our concepts pretty quickly. And so it's a lot of positives to take away from this game. But we'll get home, regroup, get rested, and get back after it. We got some things to clean up.
I was going to say, you did let him kind of go out there with the starters.
Yeah.
What was different about when he was out there with those guys?
Well, his speed, his force, setting screens, they have to honor him getting behind the defense, his lob ability. And it allowed guys to just get easy shots, with him diving, swing, we're getting threes. We have to do a better job of driving and winning the paint battle. I think right now that's what we're missing that. And so we'll make some shots, that'll come, but we have to do a better job of protecting our paint. 60 points in the paint is too much. And then scoring in the paint when we get opportunities.
Now, 8 days until the next game, how do you get your guys without having another extra preseason game? Now, you lost the preseason game, but what's kind of the game plan to help get them ready for the 23rd?
Just keep working. Get back in the gym, take a day off, get back in the gym, watch a little film, keep working on our concepts. And like you said, without a game happening in the next 8 days, it's going to be crucial for us to make sure that we have high intensity practices and focus on details.
This is it, folks. We need you to send a donation to help elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz right now.
All right, Obama.
Because time.
My bad. Oh, okay.
It's all right. So there you have it. We done heard enough from Willie.
Yeah.
So Willie put it on the points in the paint. He really didn't talk about all the rebounds they got. Probably could have went over some of that. But from what you heard from Willie, Lex, what are your thoughts on his sentiments to end out the preseason?
He needs to see the door sooner than later.
Damn. The season ain't even start yet, Lex.
Exactly. I've
You gonna give him a chance to clean up like we've been giving Dennis Allen a chance to clean up with the Saints?
Hey, I'm looking at these games and just all the collection of the preseason games, because I'm not basing it off of this one game, but it's a lot of deja vu from last season. There's really, I don't feel like there's any change. Their defense was not good on tonight. It really wasn't. I don't know if you want to say they're still out of sync or something, but I don't know. This game, it just really screamed out the same thing that we've been seeing. We're not seeing anything different. The only difference is that DeJounte Murray is out there. It just looked the same. Yeah, Zion didn't play. When he said that, I just like, what are you resting from? What are you resting from? No, but check this out. Zion he's played the least amount of minutes out of all the starters. And he's healthy, right? He's healthy. So Brandon was resting for all these games all week, whatever. From what? I don't know. But he comes out and he's playing over 20 minutes. Does that make sense?
No, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, to me at least, from what I think they're looking at, I think it does. I don't think we're one of those teams that have the luxury to be able to do that. But no, I mean, you had Paul George got hurt. You had a couple other people got injured in preseason. Brandon Ingram.
Damn.
Wait, hold up, Lex, hold up.
All right, go on, man. Because I'm kind of bothered, man. There's a lot of things that are. I mean, there's so much uncertainty still. Like we don't know anything.
There is. Shout out to everybody in the chat too, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate y'all being up in
I'd
here.
give y'all some shout outs, man. Starting to show a little offbeat. But I'm looking at it as from an injury concern, especially Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is a player that we're considering trading, right? The last thing you want to happen is for him to get hurt in the preseason. And the same thing I think is inverted with Zion. They looking at it like, okay, we made it through the preseason. Zion got some reps in. He got to get on the floor and play basketball. We know he wants to play. Let's hold him out this last game. We don't need anything crazy to happen. I just look at it as at that, man. You got Joel Embiid coming out talking about he ain't playing no more back-to-backs. And
I don't care about the 76ers, man.
I know. I'm just saying you don't. But they probably do.
But let me say this: Are we
can't afford them guys to be missing?
Are we scared for them to play basketball? Because the thing is, in order to see these guys build chemistry, really have increase their conditioning, they have to play basketball. I understand it's preseason. I'm looking at other teams and they are getting ready for the season. I'm looking at the Pelicans. I don't see that energy. I don't see that effort. We look like we're in a preseason game. We can't be scared for these guys. Oh, we don't want to do this because you might get hurt. Like, that's not how anybody. I'm not a betting person, but I'm willing to bet that anybody in the chat, nobody lives their life like that. You got to live. And it's the same thing with basketball. You have to play. You have to play. Like, the Pelicans have been doing this. This is deja vu. We've seen this before. Stop being skittish. If Amy Atmore is doing her job, if the training staff is doing their jobs, if Zion's been locked in on his body, getting his body right, all those good things, there should be no doubt. What are you doubting for? Why are you being skittish? Why are we not playing our guys to get ready for regular season? Because the last thing I'm trying to see when we play the Chicago Bulls is the Pelicans coming out and they look just as lethargic as they did on tonight or the night before. We haven't even seen Brandon, Zion, or DeJounte on the floor. Nobody here has seen that. What are you getting prepared for? Because it looks like you're not getting prepared for anything. I understand it's preseason, but preseason gives you I'm seeing the Celtics guys. They're out there. They're getting after it. I'm looking at the T-Wolves, Anthony Edwards, and all those other guys. They're getting after it. They're getting after it. LeBron, he's 40 years old. He's getting after it in preseason. So at what point in time do we stop doing more so diminishing preseason and maybe looking at, man, we need to rev up because right now we're revving down. And that's the problem that I have. I don't feel like I'm not seeing progression. Like the increase, the upside, the excitement for the season. It's like, it's just, kind of like going through the motions. Because this is the team is being dialed into small ball. I said this the last stream, DC. They have to be more vicious. They have to have more energy. They have to be dialed in with that it factor. Why? Because they have a size deficiency. Something until the Pelicans get a center, okay? Until they get a center, the Pelicans have to do something to make up for that. They have to do something. And right now, that something is not being shown. I don't need suspense about, being secretive and stuff. I don't need stuff to be classified. Show me what this team is going to look like. Show that to the fan base. We have the right to see that. What are you hiding? Because really, to me, it's just showing how unprepared you all did in the offseason. You weren't prepared. You weren't prepared. And they said this verbatim. They weren't prepared. Oh, we're still figuring it out. Oh, I don't know. That's ludicrous. And now the season is here. The Pelicans don't have the luxury to do that. We've seen this time and time again. Show the fan base something. Show us something. Because right now it looks like game 20, that's when they'll decide to, show up. I'm not trying to wait that long. Like, why? Other teams are showing it now. I'm just saying, like, just something's wrong with that, man. Play basketball. Play basketball.
All right, it's gonna be all right.
Are you tired of waiting, DC? I mean,
Of course, I'm tired of her up and waiting, but I also I view it at it is the preseason, and I do understand, regardless of the coach, looking at our roster with this collection of players we have, there's going to be some experimentation going on. So I would rather them fumble and bumble through the preseason than it be the regular season. Not saying that I think they're gonna
do that,
turn it all around as soon as regular season starts, but they do get a layup by playing the Chicago Bulls. They do have eight days to go over all the tape that they got from the preseason, clean up, as coach says. But I do see bright spots. I see Jordan Hawkins going out there, just lighting it up, man. Jordan Hawkins looks like a totally different player from last year, and he was already pretty awesome last year. But now, I mean, his handling has gotten tighter. His defense is better. When they put him out there, he's doing what you want him to do. He's looking to get his shot off, because when he out there, that's what he should do. And he's probably averaged like 50% shooting over the preseason, and I'm betting 47% from the 3-point line. And I don't remember seeing him miss no goddamn free throws. I'm sure maybe he missed one of them or something, hitting all his free throws. So you got Yves Missy's. Every time he gets out there, I see improvements from him. Just I really would love to see that rebound and get a lot better. But man, he's the center that Willie wants. He defends. He can switch on smaller guards and still stay with them. He's still trying to kind of, I guess, get his footing and not foul so much. But he looked better than our starting center today. I mean, I guess it's not really a good thing. But nonetheless, he is coming along. So you got that in your favor. Trey Murphy is going to be coming back sometime early in the season. He shouldn't miss too many games. And then we don't know what we're going to get from the collection of Brandon Ingram, DeJounte Murray, Herb, and CJ. We don't know what that's going to look like. So, I mean, we can't. To me, I can't be like, oh man, it's gonna be the same. It ain't gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna be different. I at least gotta see the starting lineup play together.
Yeah, but that we still trying to get to that point. Meanwhile, other teams, they know who they starting lineups are. We still trying to figure that out. I mean, we gotta at least know that. We can't even get that. We can't even get that, man. I mean, come on. This is
we don't know what
it's a head scratcher.
we don't really know. For all we know, the preseason could have just.
Well, what happened to your mic? You talking low?
I was talking low. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some problems going over here with my mixer. Think it might be going out on me. But I was saying we don't know. We don't know what we have. We don't know what their starting lineup is going to be. And although, that seems very bleak and disappointing, what if they do know what they want the starting lineup to be and they just ain't revealing it to us?
Yeah, it's G14 classified.
Just
You still there? Your mic went out. All right, we apologize about this. DC is testing the market with his internet and stuff and audio. Let's see here. Hold on. I guess. Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and do the team statistics, Lexxah, if you can hear me.
Okay. All right. Okay, so here are the team stats. Okay, so the Pelicans were 36 of 96 from field goal, shooting 37.5%. So offensive wise, wasn't as great. 3-pointers. We almost got to 40 3-pointers, but not quite. 9 for 37 at 24.3%. Free throws were pretty good. Shot 17 out of 20 for 85%. So that was a bright spot there. Glad the team was able to get to the line. Rebounds. Pelicans had 47 rebounds compared to Houston Rockets. They had 62. And I'm gonna say this. That's probably something that we're gonna be seeing a lot, just because of the size deficiency. Just being realistic. But out of those rebounds, 11 of them were offensive rebounds, and 36 were defensive rebounds. Assists, had 25. Had 25 assists compared to the Rockets' 30 assists. Steals had 6 compared to the Rockets' 8. Had tied for blocks at 5. Total turnovers weren't as bad, I guess. Pelicans had 11 turnovers, Rockets had 12. Fast break points, Pelicans had 13, Rockets had 18. Points in the paint, Pelicans had 36 and the Rockets had 60. Fouls, the Pelicans had 17 compared to the Rockets 13. The largest lead for the Pelicans was 1, and then the largest lead for the Rockets was 20. So DC, what in the team stats, stuck out to you?
Okay, how does my mic sound? Is it still bad?
Oh no, it's good.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
So what jumped out to me, my thing for the longest, especially with the Pels, but I guess most NBA teams, man, I always look at rebounds. Because rebounds is a good indicator of you closing out possessions and playing good defense, as well as also stealing some extra possessions. And usually when the Pels lose the rebound battle, they lose the game. And they lost the battle 62-47. So I mean, you got out rebounded by what, 15 rebounds? They got 4 extra offensive rebounds on you. And after I look at rebounds, I definitely want to look at field goal percentage. and we shot atrocious. We shot 37% from field goal.
Mhm.
3-point percentage was 24%, so that's dragging it down. And obviously, we took a lot of middies and we didn't get a lot of points in the paint. So we only got 36 points in the paint to that 60. Man, with them stats, you ain't gonna win no game like that. But just watching the game, really the story was just we're just out of sync. As far as the starting unit, everything looked difficult. Brandon Ingram, he got some shots. He looked to get it going and looked okay offensively. Defensively, I wasn't really impressed with him. We're gonna need more defensively from BI if we're gonna play small ball. I just thought overall it was just a very ho-hum showing. It wasn't really exciting until you had like Hawk go on his run, maybe in the third quarter where he scored at least 12 points or so, man, in a very short amount of time. It had to be about 4 or 5 minutes. He got out there and started cooking. And he took the lead from we pretty much trailed as much as 19 points, as you can see. Excuse me. And we took the lead from that down to about maybe 8 points, and then they got it all the way down to maybe a 3 or 4 point lead until we brought in the reserves, the backups for the backups, and they just didn't make anything happen. So it was a pretty boring game, man. I didn't really have a lot that jumped out to me other than Hawk and Mises looked pretty solid, but other than that, everything was you see some good stuff, you see some bad stuff. It's pretty much a wash. They still got a lot of work to do to get this going, but we need to see the starters playing together. Zion and BIA never played together with DeJounte, which I think is crazy when you got 4 practice games where you would be like, okay, this is the time to do that. Well, we only had 3. So be like, I would think at least one of those games we would have been able to do it. That's why Zion being out tonight was a little weird, although I think it was just the Pels being the Pels and being scared because of injuries. And you don't want Zion to get hurt the game before all of that nonsense. So we got some of our old habits showing up again.
Okay. Well, one thing that a few things that stuck out. Obviously, I'll do this for Big Q, but the free throws. They shot well at the free throw line, 85%. But when you talk about, shooting those pennies, and then you have those gaps like you were saying, DC, with the rebounds. Rebounds mean more possessions, which means more opportunities. That's too many opportunities, way too many opportunities. And that's not, they had 60 in 2 areas, the points in the paint. I saw so many easy layups for the Rockets. It's like, they did not feel the Pels on the inside, which that's a no-no. It's like the Pelicans just like kind of move to the side and be like, okay, go on and take the layup. Take the layup, man. So I don't know what they were doing there, but they were just getting killed on the inside, especially by Jalen Green, because he was doing them nasty attacks on the inside, and I was like, man, that was a nice move. Like he was just killing us down there, and a lot of dunks too. Way too many dunks. It's like we gotta do a better job of protecting the paint. But again, that kind of comes back to what I was saying by the Pelicans being dialed in on being a small ball team. It's so important for them to play with that energy, to play with that effort. And the thing is, you have to do it. You can't go through the motions out there. You can't go through the motions. Like all this stuff has to be real to you. The season's about to start, and you you don't want to be getting ready at the start of the season. You want to be more ready than not, because nobody is in shape, in NBA basketball shape. Nobody's in shape, fully in shape by the first game. But what helps to get you in shape to be more ready than not is to play. You have to play like it means something. You can't look at it like a preseason game. You got to get after it, because you like I said, you want to be more ready than not. And then, obviously we condensed the lead down. But it was basically a blowout, throughout the whole game. Yeah, offensively, the Pelicans just didn't have it. Defensively, they didn't either. So I guess I should say just both ways. It just, you at least want to have something going. And it's glad that they knocked down free throws, but it's like, that's probably in every other category. The Rockets beat the Pelicans. They just had them beat in those specific areas. So, just a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work to do. But one thing that helps is the team's got to come out with better energy and ready to play. They'll definitely have to do that, with Chicago. Now, I hope they do that, because there's no more preseason games. So, ready or not, here it comes.
Ready or not, here we come. You can't hide. They're gonna find you.
All right.
But we got 8 days, Lex. A lot can happen in 8 days. They playing the Bulls, so the Bulls. Lonzo Ball is coming back. They got Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Zach LaVine has been playing like he's got a chip on his shoulder.
In the preseason, you've been checking them out.
Yeah, I've been watching everybody's highlights. I can't, man. That's a lot of games.
He got to earn that $45 million. Unless he got to earn it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not just him. A lot of guys are playing. They're playing like they're revving up, and I know with him, he has something to prove. And he like last preseason game, he looked like he was just unconscious. He was just balling. So, they coming, but I know it's Chicago, but they're still a professional team. And when you have a guy like LaVine, because DeRozan's not there, so who's the biggest name on their team? It's LaVine. Lonzo, he's gonna take some. Actually, Lonzo's gonna be playing. He's gonna have, I think, his preseason. Yeah, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
They said that he was gonna play on Wednesday.
You got Josh Giddey over there, who I think a lot of people cast off as garbage, but I think Josh Giddey is actually a good player. So he definitely will help. But losing Caruso, I think, will hurt them as well. So.
Well, it depends. I mean, but I'm gonna check them out on Wednesday. Peeking on their game, just to see what the Pelicans have coming. It's nice to know your competition and different things. And then see Lonzo play, because he hasn't played in a while.
No doubt. But let's go over the player statistics, man. We didn't jump in front of that, starting to get into the preview of the Bulls. But let's go over the player statistics, and we can wrap up this boring preseason that we had, man. Other than that one, and it was exciting when we saw Zion come out and pretty much play like he had a chip on his shoulder in that first preseason game, where they gave him some decent minutes. It's been a pretty ho-hum preseason, man. Nothing to really get you excited. But let's go over the stats and everything from the night, and we can get into I guess more talk about the Bulls.
Okay, so all right, everybody see it? Oh, I didn't. I
Yeah,
don't
it's up
think I
there.
switched it up.
Can you see it?
Huh?
You
Hold
good?
on. Okay. Yeah, I'm on a different pace from everybody, so you know what I'm saying? Like I'm
I got
blind
you.
as far as if everybody else sees it. So I'm flipping back and forth. Okay, so Brandon played 21 minutes. He was 7 for 13 from field goal, 2 for 3 from behind the arc, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover. He was 0 in the plus and plus negative, and he had a total of 18 points. Herb Jones played 23 minutes. He was 2 for 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from behind the arc. Had 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 personal foul, negative 14. Here of late, we've seen Herb in the negative and plus minus, which is really, really weird. But he had 5 points. Daniel Tice played 13 minutes. He's 1 for 4 from field goal, 0 for 1 from behind the arc, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 1 assist, no rebounds. Okay, 1 block, 1 personal foul. He was a negative 16 in the plus minus with a total of 4 points. CJ McCollum played 20 minutes. He was 3 for 11. Ooh, what was he doing, DC? Chucking up shots.
McClickham. Mr. McClickham himself, man.
Oh goodness,
He's
he was not on.
the third option with the mind of a number one. But I mean, he's shooting guard. He gonna shoot. So you give him the ball, man. He gonna put it up.
33.33333. Okay, I'm gonna stop. All right, he was 2 for 8.
You trying to match that contract, huh?
From behind the arc. He had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, negative 7 in the plus minus with a total of 8 points. DeJounte Murray played 24 minutes. He was 3 for 9 from field goal, 1 for 3 from behind the arc, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds, 7 assists. So he's definitely playmaking out there with 1 steal, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, and negative 13 in the plus minus with a total of 12 points. Let's see here. Jamal Cain played 7 minutes. He was 2 for 5 from field goal, 0 for 1 from behind the arc, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 1 turnover, negative 3 in the plus minus with a total of 5 points. Josh Aduro had played 5 minutes, 0 for 1 from field goal. He had 1 personal foul. He was negative 10 in the plus minus with 0 points. Jeremiah Robinson Earl played 13 minutes, 1 for 5 from field goal, 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. He had 4 rebounds, 1 personal foul, plus 2 in the plus minus with a total of 2 points. Brooks Jr. had played 5 minutes, 0 for 1, with 1 turnover, negative 10 in the plus minus. Jemison played 10 minutes. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, negative 2 in the plus minus. Eves Misi played 19 minutes. He went 4 for 5 from field goal. Shot 100% with going 1 for 1 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 turnover, 5 personal fouls. Okay. Plus 7 in the plus minus with a total of 9 points. Jose Alvarado played 17 minutes. He was 2 for 9 from field goal, 0 for 6 from behind the arc. Was he chucking too? 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers, a negative 5 in the plus minus with a total of 4 points. Elfrid Payton played 9 minutes. He was 2 for 4 from field goal, had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, negative 13 in the plus minus with a total of 4 points. Javonte Green played 18 minutes. He was 1 for 2 from field goal, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, had 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 personal foul. He was a +5 in the plus minus with a total of 3 points. Malcolm Hill played a total of 7 minutes, 0 for 2 from the field goal, 0 for 1 from behind the arc. He had 1 rebound, 1 personal foul, and -3 in the plus minus. Let's see who else played. Okay, Mitchell played 5 minutes and had 2 personal fouls, -10 in the plus minus. Antonio Reeves played 5 minutes, went 2 for 6 from field goal, 0 for 2 from behind the arc, had 1 turnover, -10 in the plus minus with a total of 4 points. And the grand finale. Jordan Hawkins, he played 18 minutes.
Why is he all the way at the bottom?
I don't know. I was gonna say because his last name is Hawkins, but R should be after.
Guess they just wanted to put him next to Zion.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, he was 6 for 13 from field goal, 3 for 6 from behind the arc, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. He had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, +2 in the plus minus for 20 points. All right, DC. What did you see in there? What stuck out to you and all the good stuff?
First off, I will give a shout out to Javonte Green, man. Q asked, was he our crazy guy? And I'm here to affirm that notion. Yes, Javonte is our crazy guy. After I watched him go up for a dunk and get blocked by the rim and pretend like he was injured, we found our crazy guy right there. Shout out to him. That was funny as hell. Yeah, that's probably the best laugh I had all night. He was like, like I'm hurt. I guess he thought maybe he could get a foul out of it or something. But he got blocked by the rim, dog. Like nobody was there. But Jordan Hawkins is obviously, player of the game. 6 for 13, 3 for 6 from the 3-point line, 50%, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Gave 2 rebounds, few good contests, 1 turnover, man. That was one of the things that plagued him offensively. Sometimes he would turn the ball over, they double him and stuff, or just his handle just wasn't as tight. Ain't like they was doubling him tonight, really, but he knows what he can do. He knows who he is. He's confident in that, and he's growing right in front of our eyes, man. I know we like CJ McCollum. We get on him. I do think he's a good player, but this guy right here is the reason that unless CJ takes a big ass discount, we are not re-signing CJ after his contract is up, because he's showing you like he can give you everything he needs. And just imagining him in larger capacity on side of Zion with Trey Murphy, I can understand why the Pelicans would want to shoot 43s. Yeah.
Hold on. Can you all hear us okay? Because I saw that in the chat. Can everybody hear us okay?
I can't hear either one of us. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear us, family. Maybe it ain't my sound, but I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Now Stacy said that they couldn't hear us, so I was wondering. Because I was on the different screen, so
okay, so I guess it was just Stacy.
Right.
I hope he can get that fixed.
Okay.
Oh, he can hear now. Okay,
just wanted to make sure.
But yeah, like I was saying, man, we're seeing everything that you thought Jordan Hawkins can be. All I'm missing, I gotta see him go in the lane, cross somebody up, go in the lane, and yam on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Then I could call him Baby Ray Allen, like Willie Green did. But he definitely he balling, man, and I'm very encouraged to see what it looks like with him, Zion, alongside of Trey Murphy. I don't care who else plays. It'd be nice if it's Herb or you put everything DeJounte. You put whatever lineup you want with him. I just want to see him and Trey and Zion in some type of lineup and see what defenses do with that. Because I think the kid he's a special shooter, you know. So very encouraged by what I saw from him all preseason. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Hawk, man. They called him out. They said he'd been living in the Pels facility. You know, he had a very ugly showing in training camp. He didn't hang his head. He got in there. He went to work. And I don't think it's any goddamn way that Willie Green will not be able to find a way to get him minutes. I don't care who is in the lineup. I don't care if he got to play the 3. You know, whatever you got to do, Willie, he has to play. So Hawk has solidified his minutes in this role by being one of the lone bright spots of the preseason. The next person that stood out to me, you heard me mention him and Hawk all night, was Mises, man. I mean, he only had 1 block tonight, right? But he was 4 for 5 from the field, made his free throw, got you 3 rebounds, had a couple of assists. That's another sneaky thing about him, man. He kind of be getting some little dimes out there a little bit, man. Mises ended with 9 points and +7 and plus or minus. And one of his biggest weaknesses, I watched him kind of get a little better at it through the game. We talk about him fouling a lot, right? Played some pretty solid defense tonight. And he had like 4 fouls, man. And they kept him out there. And he tried his best, you know, not to get any more. He tightened up his technique, wasn't jumping as much. And if he did, he made sure he got off to the side. And it's still not perfect. Does he look like a starting center completely? No, not yet. But tonight he looked better than Daniel Tice. I mean, if you had to start and he looks like that, shit. Defensively, what I know Willie's looked at, he did look phenomenal. He looked very good defensively. And that's all Willie Green sees. Offensively, you know, he didn't look too bad either, went 4 for 5. But I was just looking at some of his picks. The fact that he's not, I like to see him get more rebounds. I've seen a guy get an offensive rebound like right in front of him. Wasn't his man, somebody else didn't box him out, but I'm like, damn, Mises, you could have went for that or at least contested, but he also was with the 4 fouls. So I'm like, okay. But he seems to be picking things up fairly quickly. And I gave him a timeline of the All-Star break. Man, we might see Mises getting heavy minutes, maybe 25 or so games into the season. Where, we don't have a center. We missing a center. Well, you might be looking at him in these Mises. At least that's what Willie Green might think, because if he don't do nothing else, he gonna play his ass off defensively, and I know Willie loves that. And we remember how Herb got the job, so Mises might be over Tice at some point. I know you like Trey Jemison, Lex, but I don't know how many minutes he's gonna be able to get, or my man Carlo, because Carlo didn't play at all, you know, pretty much. And the last guy that stood out to me was none other than B.I. making his debut. I thought he looked good. You know, he looked good. Offense, I said okay, because, you know, he took a lot of middies. He wasn't going to the rack like that. He did shoot 3 threes. He hit 2 of them. You know, grabbed 3 rebounds, got 3 assists. You know, 1 turnover. B.I. looked sharp. He looked ready. You know, he probably was really the lone bright spot in the starting lineup. I know we're looking at DeJounte's stats. They look okay, but I don't know. DeJounte just didn't look like he was in a real good rhythm, you know, to me. He's 3 for 9, so I guess maybe I'm looking at that, but he didn't look all that great to me. Did appreciate him getting 6 rebounds, which is also kind of concerning, though, because you got your point guard basically leading your starting unit in rebounds. Even though I know DeJounte is a pretty damn good rebounder. And according to ESPN right here, I don't know why they have him listed as a shooting guard. But nonetheless, let me get back to B.I. I thought him not playing any games, and then to come out today, 21 minutes, look really good. I hope defensively he was just taking a break because it's the preseason, but I just like to see a little more energy, effort defensively. Like, man, you playing power forward with us. Like to see a few more contests, but other than that, I thought he had a pretty good night, man. So those are the guys that stood out to me. And looking at this laundry list of secondary players, I don't know who gonna make the team, but I'd like to hear your thoughts too, Lex, on who you would have on the bench squad. I say give me Jose, Mises, Kane, Green, Trey Jemison, Carlo, and I really don't care about everybody else. Oh yeah, Alpha Payton. I take Alpha Payton too. We need a third point guard because Jose always gets hurt, and Reeves because he's a rookie. I don't know what he's gonna be, but there's some other spots that's gonna be up for grabs. I hope Kane don't get booted off the active roster for Robinson Earl, but I'm pretty sure that's what'll happen. But I don't know why, man. I don't like seeing the Robinson Earl minutes. Something wrong with me, Lex? I'm sick of seeing him shoot corner threes already. I can't think of any time this whole preseason that he hit one. I'm sure he had to hit one. But
I think he's hit at least one.
He hit one?
Yeah.
I'm not feeling the Robinson Earl minutes. I do respect that he's a hustle guy and he goes out there, he'll do the dirty work, but I don't know. It just seems like the lineups to me with him don't really work that well.
I mean, this whole roster is kind of weird. I mean, really, I'm thinking more so about DeJounte, because this is a new system for him. And just by looking at him, he looks really different compared to when he was at Atlanta. I think
In what way?
just I guess the sets, the moves, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like it's natural. The flow with the Pelicans, offense and everything, it is different. It's very different. But right now he looks like, he has to get comfortable within this system because we all know that, when you're going onto a different team and it has a different system, there's things that you have to adjust to. And I just think right now he doesn't look natural. He doesn't look comfortable. Yeah. I mean, things don't look good. So, I mean, you got to look because on both ends of the floor, the team didn't look good. So, even Herb, these last few games, he has looked very uncharacteristic. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but he doesn't. I know against Miami, he had 2 straight steals, like against him, like they stole it from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, wait a minute, that's what you're supposed to be doing to them. So, yeah, they just just gotta find the rhythm and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's DeJounte. Just right now, he doesn't look comfortable. So I'm very interested to see how that changes. Because in all these games, we really haven't seen, I guess, the DeJounte that we're hoping to see. Which, what is that? What exactly is that?
You didn't think DeJounte looked I thought he looks pretty solid last game.
I mean, he's getting assists, which is good. He's focused on, being a point guard and different things. But, I don't know. He just doesn't look like himself to me.
Yeah. I could see that though with him being a point guard, him being part of a new system, him getting acclimated to all the players. I definitely didn't expect him to hit the ground running, you know. But I don't think we're doing him any favors with, like the way we run an offense. I don't know. It really doesn't. It's gonna sound like you.
Mm,
It doesn't have an identity.
yeah. Screams out
but
identity crisis.
but when Zion was out there for a brief moment, I thought it did in the Orlando game. I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna run everything through Zion, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after that game, we went
Mm-hmm.
into the Miami game. I was
Uh-huh.
like, the fuck is this? You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But
And tonight, no Zion. So it's like, is this the default if Zion gets hurt game
what do
plan? Because
what
they did say that we want to be able to play and have a strategy for if Zion get hurt. They started talking that last year. So is this them trying to assemble some weird, I guess, second way to play if Zion does go down and miss some time?
all three of these preseason games were three different styles. Three different styles. The team looked it looked like okay, again on this night, Pelicans are playing like this. Next night, they look like a totally different team. Um, I mean, it could be that they're preparing, but I mean, that's what we saw last season. On a night to night basis, the Pelicans played different. They Orlando, that first preseason game, they looked like they came with something. I'm not going to say that they came with it all, you know what I'm saying? But they came with something. And then it's like these last two, it's kind of like it just backtracked. Like I know that there was the hiatus as far as, the game was canceled on Friday and y'all didn't play, but I don't know, to kind of go backwards like that to me is kind of weird. Because obviously the goal is to get better as the preseason goes along, not to go backwards. So I just feel like their best preseason game was Orlando. And yes, they did win, but I'm not looking at the fact that they won. I'm not looking at that stuff. I'm actually looking at the game, looking at how they were moving the ball, getting up and down the floor, defending. They had 10 steals. They had 10 steals in that Orlando game. You know what I'm saying? They had a pep to their step. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, just from looking at the game, they knew what they were trying to do. And Orlando's in pretty much every position is bigger than the Pelicans, right? Like Orlando's a big team. So to just, see that, and then against Miami, they don't have like that strong, like they don't have a whole lot of size. But Miami's very disciplined. They know how to win games. They're very smart. They just find a way, which something I really admire. That's really great, But that it's just a lot of identities. A lot of identities in preseason. And we still don't know what the starting lineup is gonna be.
Well, Trapper G said Zion looks good.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he played the least amount of minutes than anybody. Like I said, I think they just told him, "Hey, don't do too much out there." It's like, dog, the mentality's got to change. Let's rev up for the season instead of revving down. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with the mentality change, but to be honest, Lex, I gotta disagree a little bit about the preseason. I've always watched a lot of great teams, they didn't give a shit about the preseason, but they would pick like one game where they would kind of turn it up. Or the preseason was like really more dedicated to, the younger guys, the new additions, the guys coming in. But like guys that been there, man, you ain't trying to burn them out in the preseason. Like old school basketball.
If you're getting burnt out in the preseason,
no, man, I'm saying like playing them a bunch of minutes is all I'm saying. Not fully burnt out.
Zion played the least amount of minutes. He played less minutes than Tice. And Zion is healthy.
I don't know about that.
He did. I looked at it.
The whole preseason?
He played like 17 minutes. Zion, out of all the starters, has played the least amount of minutes. He's played the least amount of minutes.
Tice been playing like 10, 13 minutes, though.
Man.
You talking about last game?
Yeah, last game, Zion had played like 17 minutes and some change. I mean, CJ's playing more minutes than him. He ain't even getting to 20. Like, what are we doing here?
If we're not playing all the starters together, like I don't think Zion need to play no whole bunch of minutes. I don't know. I guess maybe that's just my thought process on the preseason.
What are we trying to do, man? What are the Pelicans getting prepared for?
Well, you put them out there to see how they look. You turn it up for one of those games. If everything look good, man, you go out there, you get your cardio, you stay in shape, and on opening night,
it's got to be.
You let it go. The first 10 games of the season is when they really gonna get all of their legs. Like, how many times have we seen like really, really good teams or great teams, like the first 10 games of the season, you be like, man, what's going on? Are they being like a little slump? And then after them 10 games, they hit the ground running. I mean, I've always seen that just for the NBA, like my whole time watching it, like a lot of teams would use those first 10 games to kind of get up to speed, because you're not going to play the type of minutes you're going to play in the preseason anyway. It's still going to be some type of adjustment or conditioning that you're still working up to in those first 10 games or so. Just if you're really, really prepared and you're really, really in good shape, I guess it might not be visible or it may be minimal, but the only way to get in shape with basketball is to play basketball, right, Lex?
Yeah, I just said that.
But you're not going to do it in the preseason. Nobody's going to play 30 minutes. Not going to play 28 minutes in the preseason.
DC, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is y'all got to go out there, because this team has been too laid back.
Okay,
they're too laid back, DC. That's what I'm saying. With this team, we can't accommodate that type of that going through the motions. These guys are dialed into small ball, and because you're dialed into small ball, you have to play. We have to see you got to see what you have. You can't do that if guys are resting. What are you resting from?
The preseason.
No. You had a week. The Friday game was canceled. You had a week off. What are you talking about? What are we resting from?
That decision came above Willie Green, and that come from the front office.
That's what the problem is. That's exactly what the problem is. This team, like, you have to be ready. The Boston Celtics are playing their butt off. They already know their identity. They already know their game plan. They already know their philosophy. But you know what? They're still going hard. Why is that? It's the mentality. What are we trying to do here? What are we trying to do? That's the mentality that I'm pretty sure every Pelican fan wants. Let's see that. Why do we have to wait? Celtics fans ain't waiting. Knicks fans ain't waiting. T-Wolves fans ain't waiting. Like, these teams are not waiting. They're able to see that appetizer. They're able to get that appetizer before that main meal. Why can't we get that? Like, like, has anybody been like really, really excited, like from watching these games going into the season? Like, have you felt that excitement? Like, man, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh my goodness, let's get the regular season started, because I haven't felt it. I mean, like, it's an excitement factor for the fans. Like, hey, this is what's to come. This is coming. And you just said it was boring, right?
Yeah, but it's the preseason. The preseason a lot of times is
You
boring.
keep saying that, DC, man.
Hey,
You gotta stop looking at, we know it's preseason, but what the purpose of preseason is to rev up, not rev down, right?
I mean, but I've seen so many different strategies where people don't really use it that way. They don't always use it like that. But I'll say this. I think if our starters went out there, because this is normally what you'll see, at least from the standpoint of teams I'm talking about, right? If our starters went out there and when they played together, they were dominating, or they had a sense of togetherness or understanding of how they want to play, or it went fluid. And then they just didn't play a lot of minutes and they lost the game, right? That's more what I'm speaking to. But when you see the starters go out there and when they're out there, minus one game, it doesn't really look that good. I could see the concern. But to me, it's like, and I know all of these things are still, you're looking at the coaching in the front office and you can critique them for this. But the fact that everybody hasn't played together. And we know Zion is the number one option. So Zion not playing tonight and it not being exciting don't bother me at all. Zion out there against Miami with no Brandon Ingram or Trey Murphy, and they don't look that well, it don't bother me that much because I haven't seen them all play together. If I saw them all play together, then I might look at
And
it,
that's
the
unclear.
way you're
You
looking
know
at
what I'm
it.
saying? I mean,
But I've seen them play.
don't know.
I've seen them
Again,
play
it's
the
that I don't
Magic.
know.
It
Huh?
is, but I've seen them play the Magic, a team that we've always had issues with, and we're
Oh, well.
smaller than we've ever been. And they went out there and in starter minutes they dominated. So I'm like, okay, that is different. That's different from last year. So I need to see Zion, DeJounte, and Bi out there together. I really would like to see Trey out there too, because I think Trey, he's not gonna shock none of us here, but I think Trey has probably leveled up again. Every offseason, Trey just gets better. I don't think this year is any different. So Trey Murphy is a big piece to the puzzle too. So you got him not playing, you got Bi not playing. He's the only one justified, I guess. He's hurt. You got Zion that missed the game, and we went 1-2. Like, to me, it's like, man, it's just the preseason. Until I see something like that in the regular season, I guess I might look at it different. Or maybe we could have did this in preseason, whatever. But it's the preseason, and the fact that we're playing small, which this is still going to be some type of experiment, because I don't think they really know who they really want to line up together, especially with that second unit. I think Willie's still trying to figure all of that out, and it's going to go into the season. And the way the minutes get distributed amongst everybody, that's going to be a thing too. Trey being hurt, I think messes a lot of that up. You got the lineup out there with Herb, and like you said it yourself, Herb is not looking well. But I think a lot of that is just, it's the lineup he's playing with. Like, you got Herb out there with DeJounte and CJ. CJ just don't fit that. I think if it's Bi there or Trey Murphy there, it might look different. Because Herb, I guess they had him trying to run a few plays, or he had the ball trying to initiate something and got it stole from him twice in that Miami game. And it's like, why we got Herb doing that? I understand he can initiate offense, and I like to see it when he grabs the rebound and does it. He does great at that. But do we see the same thing with Bi and DeJounte out there? Or maybe we do. I don't know. But it's a lot of question marks, and it's gonna be that, Lex, until these guys play together, they get some type of chemistry, and they get minutes. And regardless if they played in the preseason or not, I think that still was gonna be a thing. We know Willie is not a guru of a coach, and with this roster, it's gonna take some creativity. It's gonna take some uniqueness with how they play these guys together.
He's allergic to creativity. He's allergic to imagination.
So I get it. I know you're mad, you don't like it, but the way I see it is
I
it's
mean,
like how I'd
it is
expect it
what
to
it
be.
is.
They're right on schedule. That's how I see it. Like I didn't think they were gonna come out and be gangbusters coming out. My thing with the Pels, I think they're gonna continue to go up and up and up as the season goes, because these guys are gonna get together and figure out how to play together with an actual point guard, which I think the transition will happen a lot faster than we see it the previous years. Because they've always kind of been that, man. The Pels always have started stagnant. They started okay last year, but they've always been that. Do you want it to be like that? Hell no. But it's the reality it is. And this is always going to be the reality with Willie Green as the coach. Like he's going to trial and error it, and it's going to go in 10-game increments. We already know what it is.
So the same as last season. That's what you're saying.
Well, he's got probably the best roster that he's ever had. So
Really?
I'm not sure it's going to look.
Without a center?
We have centers. We may not have the centers that we want.
So you think this is the best roster that he's had?
Yes.
Even though they don't have a center.
Talent-wise, yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have Yves Mises, you got Trey Jemison, you got Daniel Tice, you got Carlo Mekovic. You have centers, but nobody has stood in that spot and shown us that, hey, you deserve to be that number one guy. He's like, oh, I could see him being here a while as a number one center. But like I said, I'm looking at the rookie, Yves Mises, like, I don't know. Like, I keep seeing him get better. I don't think he's ready to be a starting center just yet. But I don't know. Maybe he's 19. So we might have a center in him. Maybe it just takes 30 games or so of getting him used to the NBA before we could kind of start giving him more minutes in that spot, or give him like 18 minutes there. And Daniel Tice ain't did nothing to impress, but I don't know what the hell we got in Carlo Mekovic, because I only seen him play for 8 minutes in the preseason. Trey Jemison didn't do anything to blow me away, but I mean, he's a solid, somebody who I love to keep on the roster because of like what you were telling me pre-game, pre-post show about him and his experience and what we've seen him do with Memphis. But man, we got to see these guys with live real bullets, and that's what it's going to be. And then you still got the uncertain dynamic of Brandon Ingram and how everything's going to work out with his trade. So it just kind of is what it is, Lex. I didn't have bigger expectations. I don't know. Maybe you did, but they're right about where I thought they would be.
Well, I think
we probably went 2-2 though in the preseason.
Huge problem, I mean, I think it's just kind of insane to, for things to be the same. Like this team has been together, this squad, what, 2-3 years for the most part. Obviously, Murray wasn't there, but more of this team has been together than not. So, like you just saw a lot of things that were deja vu. That's it. It was the same, So, but to each his own. Like I said, Chicago, ready or not, here it comes. They coming. So
you can't hide.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're definitely still in the figuring it out IDK mode. You know, that's what all this is. No matter how we put it, we see we haven't even seen Murray and Zion and, you know, Brandon on the floor. You know, just a lot of just different things going on with this team. But by it being 8 days away from the game, you know, we should have something at least solidified, you know.
Yeah, Jordan Hawkins minutes.
Yeah, Hawkins looked good. I felt like
Like a
Hawkins
winning
was
player.
doing his thing last year. The thing is, Willie Green just stepped in and broke all that junk up. You know, Hawkins was on his way. Let's not forget this. The dude wasn't shy. He wasn't like his confidence was intact. His confidence was fully intact. So, I mean, I kind of feel like, you know, he's gotten better. A lot of people saying he's gotten better, you know, because the way he's coming into the season, and he probably has, but his confidence is still there. I just feel like he just didn't get those minutes. He didn't get the playing time. It was broken, like really bad. Like he would go like 10 games without playing not one game, and then the 11th game, you know, he got maybe 10 minutes or something. And then he was back to maybe playing 2 or 5 minutes. And then, you know, not playing that 12th and 13th game. That's what happened to him. When you break up somebody's rhythm like that, as far as playing, you know, of course it's gonna break your rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna have problems, you know, getting back acclimated in the game and stuff. So I feel like he's, you know, still doing his thing, but I hope it's changed with Willie to be like, hey, let's play this guy consistently. Because when you don't play someone consistently, you're messing with their rhythm. You know, you're breaking rhythm. So, you know, I just, you know, Willie has to make a change there. That's what's going to help Hawkins. Hawkins is doing his thing. It's great. But the other person who has something about him doing great is Willie Green. Play the man. Play him.
Yeah. So I mean that's a positive you take away. And you know, you got me see. So we got 2 bench guys. And Javonte Green, I like him too. You know, Kane, I think can be a solid bench guy for us. You got Trey. Jose looks like he's added to his game, although he was out there trying shit tonight. But man, we gotta let him play because I think Willie has so much talent, Lex, that it's just going into the playoffs and stuff like that. Yeah, you're gonna want to see more strategy, but just the amount of talent we got for the NBA, man, it's almost I can't see them winning like going on a 7-game losing streak or something like stuff we've seen before, 6-game losing streaks and all of that crazy shit. But they gonna have to figure it out. But nonetheless, we got the Bulls coming up on the 23rd. You can see their injury report. Looks like everybody's gonna be there because everybody's the game time decision. So who may or may not be there. I don't know why Zion is listed on the injury report. They actually got Trey as being able to return on that day. So maybe he comes back. Who knows? And let's see who else the Chicago Bulls got on their team. We got Josh Giddey, you got Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, and Nikola Vucevic. So Lonzo Ball, I guess, is going to be man in the second unit. That's the way they got it. I'm not sure how long that'll stay that way. You got Ayo Desamanu. I don't know how you say his name. Hopefully that's close enough. Desumu. Desumu. You got that rookie, Mathis Bazilvis. You got Torrey Craig, Jalen Smith, who they signed. They got a pretty solid second unit too. So this ain't no team you can just you just snooze over. I hope the Pels don't go in here sleepwalking because they could lose this game. They could definitely lose this game, but I don't think that'll happen. I think Zion is gonna come out and he's gonna play at such a high level that it's not gonna matter. You said Zach LaVine's been playing like a superstar, so they'll need it.
I
And
didn't say that, but you
oh
know,
wow, I
I get
thought
what
you
you're
said he was playing
saying.
like a vet. Yeah, but
No,
we got
I said he was balling. You know what I'm
we got
saying?
the
Like he has a chip on his shoulder, but I didn't say
yeah.
superstar.
Zach LaVine is pretty good, man. He's pretty good,
No,
but
I didn't say that. I just wanted to clarify. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
That's all. I just wanted to,
Stand behind your guy, Lex.
what?
Nah,
No,
just messing with you.
I'm just saying, I mean, he didn't play last season, right? So it only
He
makes
played
sense that
25 games last season.
okay, well, what? That was the early part, right?
I believe so. Yeah, he didn't play towards
Yeah,
the end of the
so
season.
I mean, that's still a long time to be sitting, so he's got a chip on his shoulder, which I mean, that's good. You're supposed to. So I ain't mad at him. He's doing his thing, so
Yeah, so this should be an entertaining matchup, and I think this should be a good game for the Pels to go ahead and work out some of them kinks. I see Denzel Harden. Yeah, Lonzo Ball probably will come with it on his mind. Revenge game for him. Man, they've been counting him out, talking crap about him ever since he got hurt. So I know he's gonna want to come out and show the world. But Zion, be a revenge tour for him for every goddamn team, all 82 teams. He said he's playing with vengeance. So, and I think it starts with the Bulls, and he's gonna be the catalyst for us winning this game. I don't think the Bulls have any type of answer on their roster at all for Zion. But we still got to figure out how we can defend the paint and rebound, running small ball. And hopefully we get to see that with our complete starting lineup, which would be nice if Trey Murphy actually played and we went without Daniel Tice. I want to see that just for the hell of it. And is Herb going to play center? I don't care who it is. I just want to see it. But what's your thoughts on this game, Lex? What do you predict the outcome will be? And feel free to express anything else, because after this, we're probably going to be getting out of here in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so.
no, yeah. I mean, I kind of already went over it. We'll see when we get to it.
Yeah, Lex. So are we gonna win or are we gonna lose? Come on, you can't stay on the fence like that.
Well, I hope. I mean, I need to see just more. So I mean, but the goal is to win. I mean, talent wise, Pelicans have more talent. Pelicans have Zion. Like you said, should be a Zion game because they don't have nobody to really guard him. So yeah, they should win. But Chicago, they work hard. They're scrappy. So
yeah, they've beaten us in the past, and we definitely thought we were gonna go up there and win.
Yeah, they play with energy. I just want the team to have that energy from the jump. We can't play around. Can't play around because the team's dialed in the small ball. You gotta be more vicious. Gotta be more violent. Gotta put more effort, more energy. You gotta want it more. That's gonna be key. Same thing with effort on getting those boards, because you're looking at just like how we saw the rebounds. You're looking at that like that's how it's gonna be on a night to night basis, where there's gonna be times where we're very seldomly gonna be beating a team on the boards. So we have to find other ways to compensate for the rebounding deficiencies. We just have to. I just think on the boards, that's not something that the Pelicans are gonna win on a nightly basis. So just when you bring it and you compensate that with, having a quicker step to the ball, you know what I'm saying? Really getting after it on defense, getting out in transition. That makes a world of a difference. So getting a little bit scrappier, everybody being on that string, that's where it's gonna be at. But I think they'll come out with the win.
Okay. Nonetheless, do you think we're going to see any new wrinkles or innovations from the Pels that maybe the league or none of us saw coming?
Oh shoot, IDK. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look. I guess we'll find out from Sham Sharania, at some point. Yeah, that's where I'm at on that one.
They say Herb was gonna play center, so
Yeah, like I said, we don't know. We don't know. So ready or not, here comes Chicago, and we'll all be finding out then. And look, we'll be finding out at the same time as the Pelicans are finding out. Because nobody knows, according to them. Griff don't know, Bryson Graham don't know, Willie Green don't know, and guess what, y'all? We don't know either.
Man, that just makes me think of that meme with Mekhi Phifer, he rubbing his head, smoking a cigarette. It's like, damn. This is it's definitely unconventional. Definitely unconventional. But we are one of the most talented teams in the NBA. And I think it's easier for them to figure it out than it is for them to mess it up. Maybe we see a trade in the next 8 days. Maybe we get a center. Maybe Trey Murphy plays. Maybe we see that Daniel Tice and CJ McCollum is getting benched.
Yeah.
Trey and Herb in the starting line. There's so many things that could happen, and we don't know. But if I had to put my money on it, I would say the starting lineup would be DeJounte, Brandon Ingram, Zion, Daniel Tice, Herb. That's what I think we're gonna see. How those guys will play together? Guess what, Lex? We don't know because we ain't never seen them play together.
I do want to point these out because Trapper B said that's if Willie feeds Z, and that's true. That's true. No, it is.
No, you know what? I think this year.
Denzel said it too. We have an answer for Zion. His name is Willie. That's true too. Nah, for real.
I think this year it might be a little different, just from what I'm seeing from Zion.
Man,
Zion, remember last year? Zion said,
you know what I'm saying? I'm just, hey, they got a good point. His philosophy, he'd be doing that, man. Everybody,
they got some good points, but I'm just saying. Remember last year when Zion said he was taking a backseat?
I didn't like that statement.
Remember that?
I really didn't. That didn't sit well with my spirit. Like what? What? The dude who has nobody else has gravity on this team but Zion. What are you doing taking a back seat? Does that make sense?
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm asking you if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember. That's why I said what I said. But go on, my bad.
I don't think we're gonna see anything like that this year. I think Zion is gonna take command and command the ball, and if he don't get it, I think he's gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
that's what I think we're gonna see this year. So, but what would you say? He lied. Because this is game one, so maybe this is the game that it does happen, and you see Zion get mad.
Yeah, I hope so. I just feel like at this point, Zion's gonna have to really empower himself. I know he's been trying to, work with the team and things, but we're not going to see Zion unleashed unless he does that. Because I'm be honest, we have not seen him unleashed.
Mm.
We have not seen what Zion can really do. We haven't seen it. Not at the pro level. And I'm not looking for Duke Zion. Like, I'm looking for like Duke NBA 2.0 type Zion. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't seen that. We haven't seen it. So the time is now. The time is now. I mean, you know, this is his career. You know, definitely want him to be healthy, playing the playoffs, which are goals for him this season. But golly, I'm who? Yeah, there you go, Stacey. MVP. I'm ready to see it. I don't want to wait. I'm ready to see MVP Zion. That's it.
Don't back down, Stacey. He said could be at least MVP votes. Come on, Stacey, keep it.
No,
keep it
I'm
up.
just but that's
MVP all the
real, though.
way.
You know, like we've been hearing that Zion is healthy. And mentally it's at the same level right now. It's at the same level, which it hasn't been like that. Health has been down here, maybe mental was up here, or maybe it was even lower. You know, it's been like up and down. So now that it seems like from what he's been saying, it seems like it's at the same level. It's balanced out. And so I'm ready to see. I feel like all these years I've been deprived of seeing Zion Williamson play basketball. I don't know how everybody else feels. I feel deprived. I'm like, golly, man. When will I get to see, you know, Zion? Because I feel like he can still live up to the hype. Because he has it. You can see it. You can see it written all over him. And we've felt it in games. Y'all remember those games against the Suns, the back-to-back games? Anybody recall those games? A couple of games against the T-Wolves. And those games were electric.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think that the times when we
Phoenix
were
game
in first seed.
always T
That was
was
when
Suns
the team was
game.
in the first seed. Yeah. When the team was in the first seed, like you really saw like that fire. And the thing is, it was just the start of the fire. It wasn't in the actual flame. Okay. It was just the spark. Okay. That's, man, that was special. And a lot of people just had so much high praise about that game. Like people felt that game up in their spirit and stuff. That's pretty powerful. So definitely that would be nice to just see that, to feel that. That'd be really great. And then that carry over to the playoffs. And that would be really something special. But I know we got 82 games before we do that. So
yeah, when we got one other issue, I guess we'll discuss this before we leave. Trapper G said they wanted BI to have the ball, and
yeah,
I know you're talking about last year, right? Because he's making a comment about me bringing up stuff from last year. But sitting here thinking about it, they got to trade BI. So guess what's going to happen this year? They definitely going to want BI to have the ball. So we're going to have to force feed him some way. But
which is sad because that's at the expense of who?
It shouldn't be at the expense of Zion. That's what I'm about to say.
Exactly.
Somebody else, the role players, whoever got to take a hit, it shouldn't be Zion.
And at the expense of the team. You know, because like even the start of this game, they were feeding him. You know, Brandon was really getting his, but if you really look, like nobody else was really involved. You know, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but that's what really looked the same. You know, and I don't know how many tough shots he took, but I'm like, why are you taking tough shots? That is not normal to take a tough shot, you know, consistently like that.
That's like asking somebody who loves to ride motorcycles and they've always done tricks all their life. Why are you doing a wheelie on the freeway? It's just
Hey,
that's what he do, Lex.
Zion got to unleash himself. It can't be no. I ain't trying, man. Forget it. No, ain't nobody. He's got to do it. Zion, you got to do it. You got to find a way to just do it, and everybody just naturally just know, okay, Zion's hot right now. Let's get the ball to him. Because once that energy gets, the word gets around, when they see that, man, Zion ain't even playing. Hey, rotate the ball over to that dude. Give him the ball for real, and everybody just be ready to shoot. Be ready to shoot. But yeah, he's gonna have to do a bulk of that. We've already seen what the last few. You know what I'm saying? We've seen what the Pelicans are doing. They still trying to baby him. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta agree with Trapper G, Lex.
What?
And I brought up another comment from Z is a coach kid and not gonna go against the coach. They need to empower him. He not.
Yeah. Well, he's got to change that. I mean, he came out and said he was playing with a vengeance, right?
He gonna play with his. He gonna fuss. He gonna talk crazy like how you see him on the sideline. But like when he talks to the coach, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be respectful, and he not gonna fully go up against coach. He's not gonna switch up on coach. That's just who he is.
Hey, you know what? As you get older and become more of a man, that junk can change, because that testosterone can start boiling a little bit. Hey, I ain't playing.
But Gilbert Arenas never said. They say you ain't a superstar till you get a coach fired.
Hey, well, I mean, the thing is that they don't know what's going on the court. They really don't. I know he's played in the past, but Willie Green, because I'm looking at him as far as a coach, he doesn't have a good feel for the game. He doesn't have a good natural feel for the game, and it shows. It really does show. But in order for, like, hey, you got to put your big britches on, your big boy, the big man pants on, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be done. And I feel like, a lot of guys, once because, you're making that transition, you're young, really trying to establish yourself and things. But hey, man, you got to do what you got to do. Because let me tell you something. We already know what these organizations are doing. Y'all want to know what they're doing? They are trying to make money. You peep that? They trying to make money. Making money does not necessarily mean or is equivalent to trying to win. So it's very important to understand the difference. And, you gotta check those on too. And that's why you gotta continue to put pressure on the organization. Because as long as that money's coming in, oh shoot, well, we good. Looks like the fans are happy. No, we trying to win. We trying to win, partner. Y'all better put the right product out there, man. Gotta put the right product out there.
And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and ask all y'all to please like and subscribe to the show. Get this in the right hand so they can hear what Lex just said. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Y'all always make this a blessing, make it fun.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
It ain't all doom and gloom with the Pels, but we got to come here and tell y'all the truth. You know what I'm saying? There is a chance that they can fall all the way down to the bottom of the league, but there's also a chance that they can be at least top 5 too. So nobody knows. That's what Lex kept saying. I don't know.
What?
If we had a preseason game, that'd be the title of the show. I don't know.
If anybody in the chat knows, let us know. Okay. If you know, if you got it figured out, if you know what the Pelicans have figured out, let us know.
I think a lot of people thought they knew, and then we watched the preseason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you can't come away from this preseason and it's just definitive to you that it's going to be this or going to be that. A lot is up in the air right now. But that's not always a bad thing. We got 8 days. We're going to be back here again to kick off the regular season against the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
So,
real quick, Tech Blitz.
what's up?
Matt Ryan was waived because he was expendable.
They still can bring him back. You know that, right?
Well,
he got waived, and they waved bye to him, and then they waved hello to him again and brought him right back.
Apparently, yeah, they did that. But
I didn't see a whole bunch of people on that bench that it's like
they're trying to stay under the luxury tax. Okay, is that more feasible answer?
Yeah, but they ain't got to worry about that till the end of the year, and we still gonna trade BI. So
you know what? They trying to do things early. Okay, when it comes, Gail trying to do things early. Get it down.
Gail in there fussing at him, Lex.
Hey, get him down. She's doing it. I don't know. You know, well,
I went there and looked at them
know
books and oh, child. Let me tell you something. Y'all gonna have to readjust them numbers. I think it probably was something like that.
Hey, but for real though, they are trying to stay under that luxury. It don't matter what time of the year it happens. She ain't trying to do all that. Like she getting spooked. Like, look, the money's too high. What's going on here? What's happening?
Hey, well, we don't want to play with Miss Benson. You know, she bought them buckaroos. You know what I'm saying? She bought getting them dollars.
Know. That's why I said that statement. You know, sometimes organizations.
But to be honest, though, like, where would Matt Ryan even play? Like, how would he even get in? We got to have like 2 injuries before we see Matt Ryan. Especially with Hawk
because he's not on the team.
No, I'm just saying if he was, you know.
But he's not.
He ain't. So we won't. But all right, but with that, you know, I'm gonna say see y'all back here October 23rd. Go Pels. And I guarantee you we get the dub against the Bulls. Peace.
Mm-hmm.